control escape. Number 2, we did the basic one yesterday. We'll do a variation today that's a little more like a wrestling escape, but it still works in jiu-jitsu. So I'm in side control. First thing is, if he has my inside space, meaning I don't have my frames, this is bad, okay? Ideally where I want to be is a frame here and a frame here with my knee up, monitoring his hip so he can't just step over and mount me. That would be bad. But if I'm here, if he tries to step over, I could sense it and get my knee in and try to connect my knee to my elbow, okay? So we're here, all right, I've got my frames. This is where I want to get, but let's assume we don't have our frames. This is very bad. He could smash me with his shoulder, right, make my life very uncomfortable. Good tip here is to let yourself breathe by pulling your shoulder down. That way you could think of your way out. All right, so I want to get this arm in front of his face for this escape. There's a couple of different ways we could do it. One is to bridge, like this is the one we did yesterday. Bridge and use my forearm on his temple to bump his head this way, and then bring my arm in front of his face, okay? Another one is to bridge and roll that way and get him to post his arm so that he has to keep from going over, and then we bring the arm back to get this frame. Either way, okay? This arm, also, we need to get in. This one right here works really good for getting this elbow in, okay? So we get this elbow in, we do it again, we get this arm in, okay? Now we got our frames back, all right? For the escape, I'm gonna use this underhook, the outside underhook, my left arm underhook, to turn this basically into like a single leg, all right? So I'm gonna do a big bridge and bump and push his face away with my arm, and then I'm gonna shoot my arm to the inside, so I'm gonna pummel my arm in, and I wanna get a deep underhook, elbow deep, okay? If I do an underhook like this, he's just gonna smash my underhook, and now I'm gonna be stuck in this position with my arm trapped and not in a good frame. So when you bridge and pummel, get that elbow deep, okay? Then we're gonna switch our hips, and we're gonna come up into this dogfight position. And then if there's knees there, you can knee tap, or you can drop to a single leg, all right? But either way, you're out of side control. So we're here, we managed to get our frames. Let's start without frames. So we don't have frames, right? We wanna get our frames, so we're gonna bridge, bring our frames in, get to here. Now we're gonna bump and bridge, and then look, as I drop my body, it creates a gap, shoot my arm in all the way to the elbow. And then we're gonna shuck and switch our hips. Bring our right arm underneath, and now we're in dogfight. Or we switch and I come to the single leg. Better than being in side control. Let's go other side. Wake me up. Same thing other side, he's inside.
The mic.
Good point. He's inside my frames. Hey, this is bad, right? I've made a bunch of mistakes to get here. I'm gonna bridge and use my forearm into his temple. See how I slid this left arm in when I did that? And then this arm comes down in front of the face. And now we're here, okay? Now we do another big bridge and create this space. And then we get this underhook. And then we come up either to the dogfight and look for a knee tap, or we come up to a single leg and play the single leg game from there, okay? Make sense? Not crazy complicated. Good? All right, let's run it. 1, 2, 3.